last year, 2009, Youth of the Mission did 4 special events to celebrate God's birth. The first was a mass food cook-off in the 5th section. Cases of food were handed out in 11 areas, with each area being responsible for cooking its own meal. YWAM staff were stationed at each location to help make sure everything went smooth. In all, 11 cows were killed, 2 tons of rice and beans were cooked, and over 1,000 people were fed a free meal. At the same time, students from our private school, Liberty Academy, performed a Christmas play in 6 of the areas. Through their dances, dramas, and singing, they taught what Christmas was really about, the birth of Jesus Christ. The second event wasn't even something planned, but came as a surprise. Shelley Nettles runs Kids Church every Sunday afternoon, and these past several months, she has been teaching her kids about the gift of giving. She asked them if they would be willing to give money to those around the world who are poorer than they are. And to her amazement, the donation jar was filled 3 times. When Shelley mentioned these kids in her newsletter, donations of balls and dolls exploded, coming from churches and schools all around. It was God's blessing to His little givers. The third event was something we did in 2008 as well, and that was to buy food from street restaurants and have them freely serve their hot meals to anybody who passed by. In all, 42 choisiers, or large metal pots of rice, were bought and given out, which is actually double the amount that was given out last year. And finally, the 4th event happened only days before the new year. Mary and Phillipson are 2 staff members who have a calling to work with the prisoners in Saint Marc. They organized a small party for the families of the women in prison so that they can be reunited with their loved ones over the Christmas season. It began in the morning with a message of hope and how only God can set us free, using Terry Snow's example while he was in jail in the year 2000. We then prayed over them and served them a delicious meal. When they were finished, we all got onto the bus and went to the Saint Marc prison. There, in a small room with barred windows, families rejoined their loved ones, and although there were tears, it was a good time. When we returned to the base, we handed out a gift of food, soap, blankets, and other materials the family could use or give to their relative in prison. We also gave them the money to pay for their costs in transportation. Without it, they would not have been able to come. God wants to use us as a blessing to the world, and we are eager to find out what's coming up in this new year 2010.